Hello and welcome to today's September 3rd stimulus check and stimulus package update. If you're a subscribed member of my community, welcome back. I appreciate you being in the community. If you're not, consider subscribing. All right, the new jobs data was released and it looks like 818,000 Americans filed for first-time unemployment this week. That's down by about 200,000 from previous weeks. However, what I'm reading is that right around this time in September, there are some changes in the way that they calculate seasonal jobs. And so those numbers may be distorted. It may actually be higher than 818,000, but I don't know the exact number. Okay, so let's go through a few things based on questions that I'm getting. The payroll tax cut, which was one of President Trump's executive orders, is now in effect. However, this is optional by employers. Where it's not optional is if you are employed by the government. The government is not going to make it available to opt in or opt out. All government employees will be opted in and you will receive that higher paycheck. However, come 2021, they will also take out that money at double the rate from your paycheck in order to pay that back. Now, keep in mind, you do need to check with your employer to see whether he or she is participating in the payroll tax program. But just keep in mind, this is not forgiveness of payroll tax. This is deferral. So at some point, this money will come due, whether they will do some kind of payment plan or just double the amount of money that they take out between January and April. We still don't know. More details to come on that. But again, this is not payroll tax forgiveness. This is payroll tax deferral, which will be collected on at some point in the future. According to White House spokesman Brian Morgenstern, President Trump is committed to helping hardworking Americans stay in their homes and combating the spread of the coronavirus disease. He's put together all these executive programs. The one that seems to be doing the most is the $300 federal unemployment boost, but that will run out within a few weeks. So the Senate needs to get back to work on getting some kind of unemployment through the end of the year or for the next 12 months. And also connecting the executive order to ban evictions and connecting it to the CDC made that executive order nearly bulletproof. But you will need to provide written documentation to your landlord that you are unable to pay your rent because of the COVID situation, whether it's sickness or financial hardship or job loss, those all qualify. Okay, now tenants will be able to ask to pay some kind of rent, right? So if you have some kind of income, your landlord may be able to say you need to pay something, 10%, 25%, whatever it is, you need to pay something. Unless you can prove that you absolutely have no income, they might ask you to provide some level of rent payment. Now, a senior administrator has said, this is not an invitation to stop paying rent. The rent owed by the tenant will still be owed. At no point will this be forgiven by the federal government. So whatever money you're not paying to your landlord while you stay in his or her home, you will still owe, even with the eviction ban. So it may be to your advantage to pay some now and pay some later over time. Hey, would you mind giving this video a like so that YouTube will share it with others? Now, Haley from the community says, hey, Stephen, did you see that Nancy Pelosi broke rules in California when she went to get her hair done in San Francisco? Yeah, I think just about everyone saw that. It was all over the news. There may be some loopholes where she was the only person getting her hair done. I'm not here to defend her or not, just to answer your question that I did see it. Okay, now speaking of Nancy Pelosi, she and Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin did have a phone call. It lasted for 36 minutes, which was 11 minutes longer than it went with Mark Meadows. But the overall feeling was that there is still a great division between the two parties, sadly. But this is the news. This is the development for the day. Now, I thought this was interesting. During Steve Mnuchin's congressional testimony, he said he would prefer to see rental assistance versus eviction moratorium. An eviction ban doesn't help the landlord, and it could leave the tenant carrying thousands of dollars in back rent. So, could Steve Mnuchin push for some kind of rental voucher or house payment voucher in the next bill? I guess we'll see, but he did not like the eviction ban. He wanted to see some kind of federal assistance or voucher program so that landlords are helped and tenants are not just continually racking up more and more debt. Okay, now sadly, there is a rumor that the next bill that's going to be revealed to us in the next few days is still going to be some kind of skinny bill. We've been hearing about a $1.3 trillion bill. Steve Mnuchin testified it actually needs to be closer to $1.5 trillion. But I'm hearing and reading rumors that it could still be this stupid $500 billion deal. Now, I did some research. The only reason I could see that they might do a smaller bill is so that they can get it through right now and then work on the other parts of the American need later. Lindsey Graham, Senator Graham, said he thinks that they're trying to go that route because many in the Senate might not vote for a big multi-trillion-dollar package, but they might vote for a smaller one and then a second smaller one. Either way, I think it's just foolishness. The next skinny bill could include $300 weekly unemployment through the end of the year, $105 billion to school systems, $250 billion to the PPP program for businesses that can prove they've been damaged because of the lockdown, and $10 billion to the post office. The Senate will be back next Tuesday on September 8th, and they need to get back to work ASAP. Maxine says, Stephen, why do you say you are amazing at the end of every video? I think with everything we're going through right now, people just need to be reminded that they are amazing and that they have worth outside of their government. So I hope you don't mind me saying that, but you are amazing. I really believe that. I appreciate you being in my community. This is today's update. I'll see you on the next video.